Inuyasha
versus
DragonBall Z.
Fight!
Welcome to the 420 hour,
Welcome back, everybody.
where we're going to smoke and talk.
Comparing our main three side characters from Dragon Ball and from other anime shows. Today we're comparing it to Inuyasha.
It's DBZ, Chris.
What'd I say?
Dragon Ball. It's two different shows.
Can't you do like a voice mouth over thing and add NC? Alright, today we're going to be talking about comparing our main three side characters.
Dragon Ball Z!
We're comparing DBZ to Inuyasha. And we're only picking three characters because we're picking the main three characters that deal with the show. What do they bring to the plot of the show? Like, what does their involvement entail to telling the story of the show? Chris, go ahead while I break this down.
Alright, we're going to be comparing our first show off is going to be Inuyasha. In Inuyasha, we're going to be comparing our three main side people to our main three side people from Dragon Ball Z. Our three people from Dragon Ball Z we chose today to represent is going to be Krillin, Piccolo, and Bulma. And the three that we chose to represent from Inuyasha today is going to be Moroku, Kagome, and Sango. Starting off today, we're going to be talking about Inuyasha's Moroku. What a wonderful monk he is. Not really.
He's the Inuyasha version of Roshi.
He is. I'll give you that. I'll be fair with you on that one.
He is.
He's also, to me, the fair equivalent to Krillin. Because he's also very, along with Master Roshi, very much into women, as we all very well know.
But
just minus the nosebleeds.
But you can't really compare. I mean, you can't really compare those two characters in that way, Chris, because Krillin is Goku's best friend. Okay, Moroku is not best friends with Inuyasha by no fucking means.
He just has it out.
They have a common enemy, which is Naraku. Now, if you've never seen Inuyasha, Naraku is the big bad guy. The one that pretty much the whole show revolves around. The show, because he is the reason that the whole show happens. Because when he goes after this jewel, it's called the Shikome jewel. If a demon possesses it, like a half demon, they can become full demon. So Naraku disguises himself as the main character Inuyasha and attacks his lover, who's named Kikyo, and makes her believe that Inuyasha attacked her for the jewel. Then he appears to Inuyasha as Kikyo, Naraku does, and fires arrows at Inuyasha, making him try to go steal the jewel. When Inuyasha does go steal the jewel, Kikyo pins him to a tree and puts a spell on him where he sleeps for 50 years. In their era, and Kikyo dies. Moroku's involvement in the show comes from Naraku battling his great-grandfather and putting what's known as a wind tunnel. It's a big black hole in his hand, and it eventually will consume and kill the person who has it in their hand. And it happened to Moroku's grandfather and his father before him, and eventually it will happen to Moroku if he doesn't kill Naraku. And when Moroku is introduced into the show, he's going after Shikome jewels like Inuyasha is, and they both run into, I forget what monster they're battling, but they end up joining forces after that because they're both equally trying to get shards of the jewel. But Moroku's whole thing is wanting to kill Naraku to remove the curse from his hand. And that generally is what Moroku brings to the plot of the show. Naraku has plots for him all day long. He views him just as dangerous as he does Inuyasha. And leading to up talking about the Shikon Jewel is where Kagome comes into the series. Chris,
All right.
what do you want to talk about Kagome?
All right. Now we got Kagome. She unexpectedly decided to one day go to her family's well, where she was pulled down into the well from a demon who sent her 500 years back into the feudal era Japan. Unknowingly, she finds Inuyasha, which she just so happens to free from the 50-year spell, and then leading on to the series of events that leads forward into the show Inuyasha. With Kagome, she is resourceful, smart. She's a teenage, right? While she's in the show,
she's 15 when she first introduced into the show. Yep. She's 17, 18 when the show ends.
So that's a good stint that she decided to take in the past.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So still with Kagome, smart teenager, she ends up joining forces with not only Inuyasha but Moroku, and we'll introduce Sango here in a second, to bring together the shards of the Shikon Jewel. Now, the Shikon Jewel is also what everybody else is all about right now. According to Inuyasha, the Shikon Jewel has a demon fighting a priestess in it?
No, that's the priestess is the one that made the Shikon Jewel. And I guess you could say they're internally trapped in battle inside the jewel. But there's a more specific demon inside of the jewel that is the one that makes demons want to come after the jewel, so that the demon can use them to free himself from the jewel. So that's essentially how the jewel was dealt with. It was that priestess battling those demons. She tried to seize the demon's soul, but forced out her own soul, which was inside the Shikon Jewel. So they're forever locked inside that jewel.
Okay.
I just can't think of the priestess name right now. They say her in the show, but the name is just, it's slipping my mind right now.
Yeah, she's mentioned and seen in the show too, because they do.
I think it's Miyoga. No, Miyoga, the flea. He says her name when she saves him in that episode.
They see her. They see her when they go to the cave, because they see the little hologram thing.
No, that's not a hologram. That was her spirit. That was that was her spirit reacting.
I'm saying everything. I'm saying everything else but spirit.
It was her soul and spirit reacting to the Shikon Jewel.
All right. We got a little bit in depth with the Shikon Jewel. Going back to the feudal era where Kagome releases Inuyasha, moving a little bit forward, she ends up breaking the Shikon Jewel, which ends up separating into separate shards, which goes all over Japan in this region, which several demons can sense the power of it, and of course, with the power of it multiplying their power multiple times, not necessarily a good thing, and of course Inuyasha wants to become a full demon at this point.
Actually, if by the end of the show, it's revealed that he was going to use the jewel to become human.
Oh,
so he was going to use the jewel to become human to live with Kikyo.
And then boom.
Well, then that's when Naraku attacked Kikyo and had Kikyo attack Inuyasha,
which set our events.
Yeah. Sango, there's not a demon slayer better than she is. She can fight Inuyasha fully healed, because she fought him when she was severely injured because Naraku killed her whole fucking family, made her brother do it, and then had her brother killed, and then her whole village was killed by him. He put a Shikon Jewel in her back because he made her believe Inuyasha did it, and she was fighting Inuyasha severely wounded with a Shikon Jewel and was only she was just barely a step behind Inuyasha because she was all injured and whatnot.
I must say, she was in full shock, but she was fighting without knowing the pain.
Her whole purpose to the show is to kill Naraku. That's it. What she brings to that show, her and Inuyasha share in that show is all they want to do is kill demons, and more specifically, Naraku. She wants to off his head. There is an episode where she deals with her brother being brought back to life by Naraku, and that's a big mind fuck for her. But her main thing for this is revenge on getting it on Naraku, and that's what she shares with Moroku. Besides having some kids with him later on, she shares with Moroku and Inuyasha is their pure hatred for Naraku and their wanting to kill him, and that is Inuyasha in a whole. Now we get that there are more characters to the show, and in another video we will talk about all side characters of animes because I fucking love Inuyasha. But right now, when it comes to this, DBZ characters are the best, and we're gonna start this shit off. We're talking about Piccolo, because without Piccolo, there is no DBZ. Because even from the jump, Piccolo was a douche that became one of the most beloved characters of DBZ. He has a hand in literally every major event in the show, whether it be Raditz, Frieza, Cell, Boo, name it. Name a character, and Piccolo is involved with that shit. Trains Gohan, Goten, Trunks. Helps train Dende as the Guardian.
Helps bring back the Dragon Balls.
Yeah.
Times.
Go ahead. Speaking of these Dragon Balls.
I say my wee little collection. Piccolo, given that his arc has never stopped since day one of his introduction to Dragon Ball, yes, I said Dragon Ball, going all the way back to King Piccolo, he has had something to do with every single last saga since
King Piccolo saga.
Piccolo has had a continuous arc ever since his introduction into Dragon Ball. Ever since he was King Piccolo, being killed by Goku, and then being emancipated, proclamated all over the floor, and leading to become Junior Piccolo when he decides to go fight Junior Goku at the World Tournament again. Going forth, he never developed the full frontal relationship with everybody at the very start. He had to continuously build up to that. But other than that, he was one of the best teachers you would want to have during those sagas because he trained Gohan, and Gohan became masterful all the way through the Cell Saga and even up towards when he became Teen Gohan, going into the Buu Saga. He's trained Goten and Trunks, and he's even gone as far as to let them train in the hyperbolic time chamber to let them develop their energy. He has even put his own doing into trying to put a dent into Buu, which came to the fell absorption.
Well, he was also first killed by...
And just as long as his head is...
he told them, they were like, how did you come back? And he goes, as long as my head is intact, I can grow back my limbs.
And I'll tell you what, that's actually a superpower I'd like to have.
Piccolo just... If there was somebody that show could not do without, it is Piccolo. Because you literally see his character grow and shape with every battle that he has with Goku and Krillin and Tien. Fuck Yamcha. all he's good for is dying.
It's like shit, even if he's not fighting, he's even there in every single last corner telling exactly. He's a great coach. He's a great motivator.
Oh yeah, he's one of the best teachers that they Gohan could have asked for. Now, was it rough as hell on Gohan?
That's tough love for you.
But I mean, yeah, Krillin is literally grew up with Goku from day one. Well, yeah, I'd say from the day one they started training martial arts. So,
And from day one training with martial arts, Krillin had it out for Goku. He was trying to outbeat him.
oh yeah, but I mean that's true with everything.
That was pure competition also.
That's true with everything.
Right. Krillin and Goku had it out for each other ever since they met up on Roshi's Island. Being a monk beforehand, he had that fortitude to go all the way across the water and to Roshi's Island and say, hey, let me train you. Master Roshi, okay, he's going to take on another.
Master Roshi didn't take him on until he gave him dirty magazines.
Yeah.
He told him no.
Well, it's kind of skipping the small.
No, we're talking about character development. So Krillin was a scumbag when he was introduced to Dragon Ball. But we're talking about DBZ. He is essential to that show as any other fucking character you can fucking name. Because literally name a point in that show where Krillin is not present and giving
his heart,
like his everything into whatever they're doing. I mean, he literally goes to Namek with Bulma and Gohan without even being asked.
I was like, you couldn't.
He just immediately was like, I'll go.
I was like, he was up for an adventure and he was down for anything to help save his friends. He's one person you want on your team.
Oh, most definitely. And that leads us to Bulma. Bulma's importance to that show is literally for like half the series. She's like essential to that show as anybody, because she provides all the her parents provide all the technology, the ships when they leave Earth.
Them capsules.
She has a kid with Vegeta.
Got multiple love interests.
Like, she's right there with everything. Like, even when she knows that there's nothing she can do about it, she's still right there. No, she bitching and whining and complaining. Fuck yes, because that's her character. But when you talk about loyalty from a character in an anime, it gets the loyalty is not questioned by Bulma.
No, because she's always also firsthand to when somebody else needs something. Firsthand raise. She'll help anybody that made cool and amends with her also. Because she wasn't at first going to be all helpy with Puar and Yamcha, and she wasn't at first going to be all helpy with Goku at first till she got what she wanted. So she had to get what she wanted in order to...
From the moment she met Goku, she wanted Goku around because of how strong Goku was.
But she also wanted his ball.
She agreed. She did, but she agreed to let Goku hold on to it because she asked Goku to come with her while she's doing, all that.
But she also knew ahead of time what would happen with the balls after she got her wish.
With everything that we have listed right here in this video, because this is only one. This is the first of a series of side character videos. I love Inuyasha. I do. It is one of my favorite animes of all time. But when it comes to being the best anime that there is, DBZ beats it, no question. Through the steady involvement of characters over the series, how the plot changes with different actions from the people in the show. Just overall, it's better. Now, you can agree with me or you can disagree with me. Please let us know either way. I stand on what I say. That DBZ, off side characters alone, is the best. Now, like I said, we'll do more in-depth videos over time, and we'll address like every character because I know we are leaving out people, but we can't. This video can't be like too long. But that's how I feel. Chris?
I say when we get further into the next character development segment, like, of course we're going to keep sticking to our main three for now, but other than that, if we were, just like he said, trying to do each character, it would take time. That's going to be one long video if we did that. So it would probably be in the best interest to stick with our 3 main people we want to make our focus points on.
The next video that we're going to do is going to be One Piece. We're going to do One Piece side characters, where again, we're going to take 3 characters versus 3 characters from Dragon Ball Z, and we're going to run it. Thank you for watching this. If you do, thank you.
Smoke some.
I'm telling people they better like our shit.